In a single year, AI agents went from finishing 1 in 5 real tasks to more than 3 in 4. The models barely changed. What changed is the thing wrapped around them. Not a bigger brain, but a loop. Everyone's selling you that loop right now. Almost nobody shows what's inside it. Here's the machine. Start with the basic split. A chatbot answers you, an agent acts for you. Ask a chatbot to book a flight and it tells you how. Ask an agent and it actually searches, picks one, and drops it on your calendar. Two things unlock that jump: tools and a loop. Everything else is detail. So why did this suddenly work? Three things lined up at once. Models got genuinely good at using tools instead of just chatting. Context windows grew big enough to hold a whole task's history, and a common standard appeared for plugging tools in. The parts existed for years. 2025 is when they finally clicked together. Let's hand one a real job. Get me to Tokyo next month. Find a flight under $900 and add it to my calendar. One sentence for you. For the agent, that's a chain of moves it has to figure out on its own, in order, with no script. And it figures them out with one simple cycle. The model reasons about the next step. It takes a single action. It observes what came back. Then it goes around again, reason, act, observe, until the job is done. That's the whole engine. Researchers named the pattern REACT back in 2022, and every agent today runs some version of it. Here's the first surprise. The brain in there is just a model you already use. An agent isn't a new kind of AI. It's the same next token predictor from your chatbot, dropped into a program that keeps handing it back the results of its own actions over and over. Turn the loop one notch. The program hands the model two things: your goal and a menu of tools it's allowed to use. Each tool has a name, a description, and the shape of its inputs: search flights, read calendar, create event. The model reads that menu the way you'd skim an API. Now, the move that makes all of this work. The model can't actually run anything, it has no hands. So instead of executing code, it writes a request. Call search flights with these arguments. That's tool calling, a structured message naming what it wants done. The model decides, it never does. Hold on to that line. It's the whole story, because your code is what has hands. The runtime catches that request, runs the real function, hits the real airline API, and gets a real list back. The model proposed, the program performed. That split is the entire safety story. The model only ever asks. It never reaches out and touches the world itself. Someone else always pulls the trigger. The result comes back as the next message in the conversation. Now the model can see what happened. 6 flights, prices attached. It reasons again. The cheapest under 900 is this one. So call, create event, observe, reason, act. The loop has just turned twice on its own. Watch it finish. It calls the calendar tool, drops the flight on the right date, gets back a confirmation, and reads that as success. 3 tool calls, 3 trips around the loop, 1 completed job. From the outside, it looked like a single command. Inside, it was a small machine, quietly turning the crank. Here's the catch almost everyone misses. Between turns, the agent remembers nothing on its own. Its entire memory is the context window, the running transcript of the goal, every action, and every result stuffed back in at every single step. Leave something out and it's simply gone. That's why context engineering turned into a real job title this year. Bigger jobs need more than a straight line. So the model plans, it breaks the goal into steps, works them in order, and when a tool returns an error, it reads that error and tries another way. The loop is also a feedback loop. That ability to correct itself mid-task is where the autonomous feeling actually comes from. You're already seeing them in the wild. Coding agents that read a bug, edit the files, run the tests, and open a pull request. Support agents that pull your order, check the policy, and issue the refund. Same skeleton every single time. Reason, call a tool, look at the result, repeat. Only the toolbox changes. So when does it stop? When the model decides the goal is met and stops asking for tools, or when it hits a limit you set on steps, on time, on dollars. There's no magic finish line, just a loop that either succeeds, gives up, or runs out of budget. Now, every one of those tools has to be wired in. And the early way was ugly. Each tool needed custom glue, handwritten code bolting this model to that API. 10 tools across 3 agents meant 30 brittle connectors to babysit. Everybody was rebuilding the same plug over and over. It did not scale. That's the problem MCP was built to kill. Model Context Protocol. Anthropic published it in November 2024. Picture a USB-C port, but for AI tools. One open standard. The agent is the client. Each tool runs as its own little server. Build the server once, and any agent that speaks MCP can plug straight into it. No custom glue, and it's spread fast. SDK downloads went from around 2 million at launch to 97 million a month by March 2026. More than 16,000 MCP servers now run in the wild. OpenAI and Google both adopted it. In under 18 months, one company's idea quietly became the industry's default port. A server itself is simple. It advertises what it offers. Tools the agent can call, data it can read, prompts it can reuse, your database, your files, your company's internal API, all sitting behind one common interface. The agent discovers what's there and starts calling. Build it once, plug in anywhere. Sometimes one agent isn't enough, so people wire several together. A planner agent hands pieces to worker agents, each with its own tools, then gathers the results back up. There's even a budding standard for agent-to-agent messaging. Powerful. And every handoff is one more seam where things can quietly go wrong. And that 3 and 4 number, where's it from? Benchmarks that hand agents real computer tasks and check whether they finish. Terminal bench working in a live terminal. OS world. Driving an actual desktop. A year ago, they scored around 20%. Today, north of 70. The leap is measured, not marketing. So put the whole thing together and the demo genuinely feels like magic. The agent takes a vague sentence and comes back with the job done. That's the curve everyone's reacting to. That's why every company on earth is suddenly racing to ship one of these. Then you put it in front of real users, and it fails roughly 1 time in 3. Stanford's 2026 AI Index said it flatly. Frontier models miss about a third of their production attempts. You can't hand a 33% failure rate to paying customers. So what's breaking? The loop is breaking it. The very thing that makes agents powerful makes them fragile. Say each step is 90% reliable. That sounds great. But chain 10 steps and the odds multiply. 9/10, 10 times over, collapses to about 35%. Every extra step is one more chance to be wrong. Reliability doesn't add up. It compounds downward. Then comes the bill. Every turn of the loop is a full model call, dragging the entire context along for the ride. So agents burn 5 to 30 times the tokens of a plain chatbot. And some workflows 1,000 times more. Microsoft's own data showed agents that cost more to run than the very employees they were built to help, which is why the headlines and the ground floor don't match. 88% of organizations say they've adopted AI. Actual autonomous agents running in production? Still single digits. Mentions of agentic AI in job posts jumped 280% in a year. The hiring is real. The deployment is mostly still pilots and demos. So how do teams ship anyway? They stop letting it run free. Cap the steps. Put a human in the loop for anything risky. Money out, data deleted, so a person approves before the tool fires. Hand it a tight toolbox, not the whole drawer. A useful agent, it turns out, is a fenced one. And the newest wall is security. Stanford now ranks it the #1 barrier to scaling AI at all. The logic is simple. An agent that can call tools can call the wrong one, or be tricked into it by poisoned input. When the NSA publishes guidance on your protocol, the toy phase is officially over. So strip the hype back off. An agent is 3 plain parts: a model that reasons, a loop that lets it act and then see the result, and tools, more and more of them spoken through MCP. That is the entire machine, not a mind, not AGI. A next token predictor patiently turning a loop. Once you can see it that way, both the magic and the mess make sense. You know why it's powerful, it can finally act. You know why it fails, the loop compounds small errors. And you know why it's expensive, every lap costs tokens. Now you can actually reason about one and debug it. That's an AI agent from the inside out. If the machine just clicked for you, subscribe. Cloud Codes takes apart one system like this every week. Build, solve, deploy. See you in the next